Ragnarok has recently smashed into theaters, and so before I reviewed in this video, I really strongly suggest you check out my spoiler-free review on the film where I express my full opinion just without spoilers. So certainly do watch that first, link in the description. And as if it wasn't obvious enough, if you haven't seen Thor Ragnarok yet and don't want it spoiled, then maybe you should stick to watching only the spoiler-free video. Alright, so I haven't yet done a full video with only the spoiler-filled review, but here we go. Of course, I gotta say my spoiler-free review became much shorter than I expected it to be, but hey, here we go. Odin dies, Thor loses an eye, Surtur full out demolishes Asgard, Loki steals the Tesseract, and Hela... wait, is she alive or not? I mean, she's technically the goddess of death, so, I mean, she shouldn't be able to die, but, and, like, you know, she better not have died, because you'd think Marvel has learned their lesson by now with their villains. But come on, the main reason she should still be alive is because I'm sure all Marvel fans are dying to see Hela and Thanos make out in front of the Avengers. Isn't that what all the hype is for in Avengers Infinity War? Yeah, so Thor, being exiled, imprisoned, mutilated, and orphaned, sounds like a pretty dark ride. But this film ends up being one of the funniest of the MCU, surprisingly enough. Anyways, what do I think about the things that I haven't yet been able to discuss yet? Well, Odin's death was part of the fast-paced beginning, so being that his own death was rushed, I feel like it didn't do the character justice. However, it maybe gave him a little more justice that Thor later saw him in his visions or whatever. With that, Odin delivered two kind of powerful messages to Thor. One being that Asgard might as well be destroyed because all that matters is the people in it. Of course, though, no one cared that pretty much all of its soldiers and warriors were killed, including fan favorites maybe from the previous Thor movies, Fandral and Volstagg, two characters you thought were a big deal from the previous Thor movies, although they had a rush death too, technically. Hey, where was Lady Sif anyways? That's an interesting question. So moving along, his second message was that Thor is not the god of hammers. If he's nothing without the hammer, then he shouldn't have it. Wait. Wow, you know what? This film actually repeated the exact same concept that Spider-Man Homecoming did. Thor was still able to stop Hela without his hammer, just as Spider-Man was still able to stop Vulture without his high-tech suit. And yet, after that same moral was used twice, you'd think that it had been used for Iron Man by now. Well, anyways, Thor becomes the one-eyed king of Asgard in the happy ending as he leads the people of Asgard, which is beautiful. So at least it has that to make up for the repeated idea. Bravo! So next topic, I'm disappointed in this film's inability to answer the biggest cliffhanger questions that this picks up from previous MCU films. For example, how did Loki fake his death? It's brought up constantly with the same words, saying simply over and over again, faking his death. But how did he fake his death? It's key. He had to be in a physical form to be stabbed in the first place, and I'm pretty sure him and Curse weren't on the same side, so it wouldn't be a simple magic trick like when he cut off Thor's hand. Cliffhanger question number 2. Where did Hulk plan on going with the Quinjet at the end of Age of Ultron? Well, obviously he went to Sakaar, but how did he get to Sakaar? Random wormholes supposedly appear, and the idiotic Hulk's simple explanation was the Quinjet crashed. Okay, but how does this lead to interdimensional travel? I'd love to know. Well, that's that. Loki most likely has the Tesseract again, so that's likely to play a big part in Infinity War, and boy oh boy am I pumped to see that. Speaking of Infinity Stones, wasn't the Life Stone supposed to be in this movie? The last of the stones to be revealed? This one with the ability to bring back life from the dead. I mean, that sounds a lot like the Eternal Flame though, doesn't it? Something that apparently has been in Asgard this whole time. Could have been useful for something maybe, but hey. But how does the fire translate to an Infinity Stone? It's a bit of a stretch, but we'll see what happens, alright? And I still strongly doubt that it would show up in Black Panther, but you never know. So, here's something worth mentioning. The Immigrant Song did make it into the actual movie, and not only did it play once, but it played twice. So that's flippin' awesome. Playing music like that certainly made 2 rad action scenes. Alright, so that's pretty much it for all the spoilers I have to discuss today. And if you really want more of a full review for the film, again, link in the description. Check out that non-spoiler review with a proper intro and conclusion and whatnot. So that all being said, thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for lots more videos coming real soon. Bye-bye.